Well, let me back up. A cracked tooth. So if a tooth is compromised and it's cracked, then that is like a super highway for bacteria, exogenous bacteria in the mouth to be able to get into that space and colonize and cause damage. So that's bad
Right into
news.
the tooth, right?
Yeah. So if a tooth is cracked, you really owe it to yourself to take it very seriously. You're going to lose that tooth, or you're going to take it really seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and by take it really soberly, what I mean is not necessarily rush to the dentist and have them doing something about it, but like, okay, here's the bottom line, and we already know this. The bottom line is that despite the information, for the most part, to be really out there available for anybody who wants it, around the idea of optimizing one's diet for optimizing vitality and health and longevity, most of us don't apply it to the level that we could.
Absolutely, myself included.
Yeah.
Still working on it every day. I'm
Yeah.
like, but I could. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're all human and we're doing our best that we can. And I think there's something to be said for the 80-20 rule and not being a perfectionist, because perfectionism in and of itself can kind of be a mind trap and cause disease.
Mm-hmm.
So
by keeping you in stress, right? The constant seeking for perfection keeps you in a fight or flight sort of stress place,
exactly.
which is completely like out of alignment with keeping your body healthy and harmonious and homeostasis. Yeah.
You got it. You spot on there. So you got to take it seriously with a cracked tooth, and just look at, like, what does this mean? You know, what am I doing? Especially if it's just a stress fracture. If it's not something traumatic, like you smacked your mouth, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you're getting cracked teeth, then there's nutritionally something very much going on there. And more than likely, even mechanically, something going on there, which we can get into later if you want, as far as the relationship between what's called bruxism and grinding and stress fractures in the teeth, and a moderate sleep apnea, which is actually, we think of sleep apnea as being something for like overweight men, but actually small build petite women are a very underdiagnosed group of people that deal with undiagnosed moderate sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, which causes the grinding, which can cause the tooth fractures.
You literally just like outlined my mom, who's currently got like an Invisalign and is like rotating her teeth over a year-long process. It just blows my mind, and love her for her dedication, and maybe we can give some wisdom to that as well. Yeah.
So yeah, tooth decay can definitely be reversed. Again, at the risk of overstating something and maybe having some misunderstanding from this interview, you're not going to have a big cavity in your tooth and have that cavity regrow and refill. Okay, so once there is a big, in Hawaii they would call it a puka, once there's a big hole in the tooth, then that hole is there. There's no structure there to regrow onto. However, you can still remineralize that surface that has been demineralized by the bacteria that are responsible or contribute to the issue of tooth decay. So yeah, there's a lot you can do to remineralize existing decay. There's a lot you can do to remineralize your teeth and avoid future decay. As far as gum disease, that's really where we started and where we cut our teeth, pun intended, with Ora Wellness. That was our main focus, was all about helping the world address gum disease, because everybody knows about tooth decay because of dentistry, but very few people deal with gum disease because we're just not taught about it. Why? Because the dental industry, by and large, is built around the premise of drill, fill, and bill.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, it's all about decay. Yeah. So gum disease is kind of just like there's no real way to monetize that, so we're not going to go after it. That's a little bit jaded of me to say that, but I think that dentists are limited by how they're educated in dental school, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, there's more stuff going on with gum disease now, which is a good thing. But here's the bottom line, okay? In the US, 97% out of all the people in the US, men, women, and children included, have some form of active oral disease. Active oral disease. That's tooth decay. 97%. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So tooth decay and gum disease being the lion's share of that. It's like you think of like, oh God, is that oral cancer? No, like, yeah, there's some people with oral cancer, but infinitesimal compared to tooth decay and gum disease being the diseases that people have. And the sad statistic proves out that 1 out of 3 people 65 years old have no natural teeth left in their mouth. Now, you don't lose teeth because of tooth decay for the most part. You lose teeth because of gum disease. So gum disease is a huge elephant in the living room.
There's so much more for you over in the Joygasmic Life membership. Become a bulletproof mom with us. Learn the tips and tricks and skills you need to recover from your postpartum mental health journey, and learn the tools of Joygasmic alchemy so you can have the kind of birth you've been dreaming of.